A very good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from. My name is Jeff, and today I'm privileged to be hosting a special team. This is Lolwe AI and Robotic team, and today we are live. We are coming live. We are in studio. This is Baraza Media Lab in Kisumu City, Lake Basin Mall. So, just to kick starters and to understand more about robot, how technology works and stuff like that. Maybe today we are going to start from my far end. His name is Kevin. Kevin.
Thank you. Yes. My name is Kevin Okotopudo. I'm a content lead, a writer and a researcher at Lolwe AI and Robotics Studio. And I'm also privileged to be, actually the company knows me as the father of Hackathon. Okay. So yeah, I'm also privileged to be in a team where we are planning an upcoming hackathon. So actually that is just who I am and what I do in the team. Thank you.
So before you hand a mic, maybe what are we going to discuss today and why are we here? Just today briefly.
Okay, the reason why we are here is to actually create awareness regarding AI, robotics, and how we can use AI in inclusive learning and also to change our daily lives, right? And also to make sure everything, to make sure we have our daily lives sorted out through using AI in ways that do not harm children, but in ways that build our society and our community. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you?
My name is Anthony Joshua Odera, or aka Mr. Makofi. My role in the team is outreach. So we are hoping to reach out to ears and eyes that will be impactful and will be create a meaningful and help us grow to higher heights. So that's what we are trying to do. That's what we are just spreading the gospel, the good news. Okay. Yes.
And you, my brother?
Hi. My name is Christobert, or you can call me Brian Haimba. Yes, here we are representing our community, and it's a golden opportunity that we have to spark innovation and ignite also creativity within our community. Okay. Not just for the passion of it, but also in terms of solving problems. Now, my role at Lolwe AI and Robotics Studio, I'm an insight alchemist. So basically what I do, I take complex data or patterns or experiences, and we transform it into actionable insights. So basically that's what we do. And at currently what we are trying to achieve at Lolwe AI actually is to redirect the focus of our communities from being so much fixated on the problems that we're facing day to day, but also engage in conversations that will also facilitate solutions. That's why we are creating platforms, and it's a beautiful thing that we are having this podcast here, hosted at Baraza Media Lab, because we must engage in a discourse that also leads us to solving our societal issues. So at the moment, I'll take it back to you.
So you talked about community. How are you supporting community as Lolwe AI? How are you supporting community?
As Lolwe AI, particularly in the education sector.
Yes.
We are we're co-developing an assistive curriculum with our local schools. Both just educators, families, communities, and there are also schools that have given us an invitation also to pilot with them these assistive technologies. Basically, when you talk about assistive technology, we mean like take for example people with disabilities. So the technology that we deploy is meant to assist them in whatever deficiency they may have. Yeah. So take for example like technologies like text to speech. You know, that's a very simple technology, but a text to speech kind of technology can be also adapted in assistive learning, in enabling people with disability. Also, like, assume somebody who's limbless can be able to type, can be able to communicate, because of a text to speech enabled assistance. And you know, such kind of thing, when it's adopted widespread in the schools, nobody will be left behind in terms of education. In addition to that, also the infrastructure in most public schools, they are not conducive for people with disability. We have like interesting stories. For example, like Joyland. Why we choose Joyland as our pilot project in Kisumu? Because Joyland represented Kisumu at the Kenya Science Engineering Fair. Actually, that fair is meant for everybody. It's open and it's inclusive for everybody. Yeah. So even able-bodied like learners, they were competing in the same fair. Yet, students from the STEM club in Joyland. STEM club, I mean the Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics club in Joyland. They produced the best participant in that competition. You see, their school emerged as the best participant. So we are seeing here a case where technology is an integrator in our community. It is a tool that brings also cohesion. Even the people, the vulnerable communities, they're not left behind just because of technology. That's just an isolated case, yeah. And you can see the stories, the kind of technologies this club has, the kind of innovations, you know. And we want to facilitate that kind of innovation, and that kind of community engagement is very important.
Okay, maybe you can pass back mic back to Kevin. Kevin, I understand you are organizing an event.
Yes.
What is the event all about?
The event is
to support Joyland, or maybe to support community.
Yeah, Joyland.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we are. I am organizing a hackathon, and with my team here. So actually, I'm the one who is in charge of the whole event and the planning and everything, and all the logistics. So basically, hackathon is an event that brings developers together to create softwares or hardwares within a limited time. Let me say like 24 to 72 hours. To 72 hours. Yeah. After which there are prizes that they are giving. So why did I choose Joyland? So Joyland, the story of Joyland is actually very inspiring, because Joyland currently is the number one in the Kenya Science and Engineering Fair. Yeah, they became number one, and with that achievement, I just had this idea that let's do this. Why each and every time you're always going out there and competing in other schools, but you've never competed in your own school in a different level? Okay, so I'm bringing this hackathon to them so that the world can also know and see the innovations that are at Joyland. Yeah.
So before we talk about the theme and probably the timing, can we talk about first? Can you talk about the theme or specific focus for this hackathon? What is the theme? My theme for the hackathon is Tech for Inclusive Learning. Yeah. Because I'm thinking we use this hackathon to bring in technologies that ensures that there's inclusive learning in each and every educational institution. For instance,
for instance, bringing in AI classes like robotics and AI classes will put this school at par with others that already are in the STEM system. Okay, so this means they will be competing internationally, both nationally and internationally. Also, we are bringing this so that tech can be inclusive in terms of infrastructure.
Yeah.
The way schools are built, the way school buses are customized, yeah, because you find that mostly when the students from special students, you find that their buses are not customized to accommodate ramps, or maybe the chairs are not customized to accommodate students who have catheters, so these are some of the things that we are trying to bring in, and also these are type of the things that we are trying to bring in through this hackathon, this kind of awareness, and also inclusive learning. Why? Yeah, not only in school, but also in the community. Yeah, because nowadays we grow up in a society where you find that some parents can't help their kids in solving their mathematical problems, right? Or maybe doing their homework. Yeah. So with the AI, we know that at least a student can be guided, or even a parent can learn how we solve basic mathematics. So learning is for all. That is the theme of the hackathon. Learning is for all. Whether you're elderly, whether you're disabled, or whether you're able, learning is for all, and that is why I brought this hackathon. That is why I brought this hackathon to Joyland, to ensure we use technology to include everyone in our learning system. Thank you.
Maybe you can talk about the date and probably the time. When exactly is this hackathon dates, and what are the target? Who are we targeting?
Okay, the target audience is anyone who's interested in tech and robotics. If you feel like you're interested in tech and robotics, you can always hop in and just take a look. If you don't want to participate, you can always take a look and see if it interests you. But we are majorly looking at students in schools, majorly in high school, because this is where brains are developed. This is where people shape their futures. So we were majorly looking at high schools, because even the government right now is pushing CBC. The government wants CBC to be integrated. So how, as the private sector, how are we mitigating that? So this is our way of trying to show that this is a good direction, and this is our way to show to give back, to also give back to the community that has brought us up, the community that has looked after us to this point. And the whole project is to instill and to develop tech minds and tech ideas into because let's be honest, tech is the future. Yes, and the kids in school are the future. So when we instill and promote, we pass on them their skills and ideas to them, they'll just grow it to a better heights. So on your question on who's the target audience, we are targeting everyone. This is not it's not closed. It's for people in a certain area or a cluster. We are targeting everyone, and this information is free, and we are giving it out. Anyone can come and learn.
Okay.
Yes.
maybe we'll come back to you and talk about why did you just choose special kids with the special need instead of maybe older wazes who probably may also need the support. But before we come back to you,
okay, we chose, this is just the beginning. This is the pilot, and the reason why we chose kids with special needs is because there is a need. There's an urgent need, and they have already shown that they want and they are hungry for the knowledge by being the first in the Kenya Science and Engineering Fair. That was a very motivating factor. You know, it's not a special division. This was actually, they were competing among the whole Kenya.
The whole Kenya.
Yes.
Okay. So are you getting enough support? And Kevin, I'm coming back to you to talk about how did you come up with the idea? So are you getting enough support to run this project? Because I understand it's very expensive to work with children with special needs, because they need bread, they need everything. They need literally everything. Are you getting enough support, and what are some of the methods that you're using to ensure that you're getting support to run this project?
I'll be so frank with you. Like, you see, this is a local problem. Yeah? No local solutions. You see, isn't that a problem? It's a problem on top of a problem, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So, so there's a local problem.
Yeah.
No local solution. You see, so it's just on problem on top of a problem, and then just to spice it up a bit, just when you go to the ground now is when now you realize like it's a serious problem. Go to the schools, you see there are no pavements. They have to use wheelchairs. Another student, Evans Ochieng, is a student in that school, Joyland. Interesting story, bro. Like this boy played in the national Kenyan team basketball. Do you know how he got interested in basketball? Just seeing it like maybe online, TV, playing, and then it becomes innovative. You know, what we are up is just cultivating innovation. Because from that innovation, the boy like made a hoop. Maybe we can share those images later. Yeah, like a hoop ile ring ya basketball. Ameitengeneza kutoka kwa chupa. You see? Kibuyu. Amekata kibuyu, amepiga msumari kwa ukuta. Bro. So wall administration block, mind you. Wamefanya, and it was like a mischievous move, you guy. But you know, necessity is the mother of all inventions. You see? Just beside the staff room. So the boy ametengeneza hiyo hoop, amepiga na msumari, and then anatumia the wall kama board ya basketball. Now it became so popular in the school. It was so fun until the boy got even an opportunity to participate in Paralympics, Junior Paralympics. You see, so easy story. See kitu kidogo. You realize when you get there, and then you realize, hey, this is something that is happening just next in my neighborhood. You understand? Now, when you go down now to getting the solutions, rallying people together is not easy.
It's not easy.
You see, the funds that are required in that school, like cabros for ease of movement for school, for the students with wheelchairs, it's not easy. Like even meals for their schools, it's not easy. You see, like you can go there, they're friendly, the administration is so good by there. They'll host you nicely, and then you just start feeling guilty because now these guys are treating you so kindly, so nicely, yet we should be the one who are helping them. You see? So, in short, there's no much, I believe maybe there's no much awareness about like the power of community engagement. You see? How even public-private partnership initiatives can can address such issues. There's no such kind of engagements. We need to have a discourse on this. You see, how do we get to, yes, how do we get to like mobilize, crowdsource these solutions from our society?
How, somebody would ask, how
Yeah.
much do you target to run this project? Because I understand you have less than, maybe you can pass the mic to Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, can you talk about how much are you targeting? Because the time is really limited. We have like, you have like how many, you said
I have 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
Yeah.
And what is your budget and how much are you targeting? What is your budget and how much are you targeting to? What is your budget like? I know it must
So first, I love to contribute to Brian's
maybe
point.
put closer.
I love to contribute to Brian's point regarding are we getting enough funding?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, that no. Yeah? But we are getting partners on board, okay? Because right now, everything that we are doing, we are sourcing funds internally, okay? We are sourcing funds internally to start making those steps to the next stage, yeah? Because sisi sio watu wa kusema bila kutenda. Sisi ni watu wa kusema na
Kutenda.
like the president, okay? Yeah. Forgive me for being political, but yeah. So this you get the point, right?
Yes.
So the thing is, we are not getting enough support right now. But then again, I cannot say I'm not getting enough funding because I'm just on the pre-planning phase.
Yeah.
So with the time, because already as of now, already some of the teams that have supported our initiative. I can say for sure, entity data, yeah, has been a good support of ours. I can say that for sure. Lolwe Connect has also been part of us, and they've also helped us, right? And also, sorry? Yeah, the Kisumu County government has played a big role. Actually, let me just say,
Because I was about to ask you, how is the government helping you?
Actually, there's one thing I came to learn after the Kisumu County government opened the market for us, okay? Now, I came to understand that maybe I'll be wrong, but this is my basic understanding of maybe how the government works, right? There's a problem, okay? The government has created a platform, where we can crowdfund, we can source markets, right? We can also get support from organizations and all that, yeah. Already the government has played 50%, okay?
Giving you a strategy.
Yeah, the government already has played 50%.
Why do you feel that it's a platform for you?
It is
they have not given you money. I think the government should have
donated
donated
money. Trust me, I don't need the government to give me money. Yeah, because when I'm doing something to make sure I impact my community, it starts with me. It doesn't start with the government. It starts with me. That 1 shilling that I have, what change can I make? Yeah, if I, for example, yeah, I know, for example, just to use an example, right? You know, maybe in your estates that there's a family somewhere that slept hungry yesterday, right? You have 50 bob, you take it to them, yeah? At least get yourself something to eat today, okay? That is you taking an initiative, yeah? You don't need the government to come and give you billions to make that, to give those people.
It has to start with you.
Yeah, it has to start with us, okay? Yeah. So the government has really helped us, the Kisumu County government, and we have been given a go-ahead to roll out the program in 1,000 schools.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
You want to start on something? Okay. Use the microphone.
You see, right now we are just in the formative stages. But when we go there, we look at, we want to teach kids robotics. We are passionate about that, but these kids are hungry right now. these kids are hungry right now. So what problem should we solve right now? You get?
Yeah.
So we are also trying to, within the scope and our reach, we are also just trying to do what we can, just for the basics, and then when the 7 weeks elapse, we look at what we have gathered and how we are going to just spread the good news and to share our knowledge with the kids in the community, and to also bring other people on board who are interested and knowledgeable about these functions and robotics and IT and also Communications Authority of Kenya. We also need them on board to come and show us how we need to safeguard the kids in the internet. And they also they've engaged very positively, and we like the engagement that's going on. We are not saying it's bad, it's good. We are just starting, and we like the engagement, and we like how people are responding to them.
Given, you want to add something?
Yes. There are always two sides to a coin. Like my colleagues have said, we just started. And as in, when you say we don't have much support, it doesn't mean that people are not getting to understand this thing. We are not getting public trust towards this thing. We're just saying there's more that we can do. Yeah? As in, there's more that we could have done long time ago, in short. Okay. You see? So far, we started we are a startup. Yeah? But we've made great milestone. I can't just tell you how much. Like, this is not the speed of a startup. Yeah. And we call this project Supercharge, in the sense that how many different stakeholders are getting interested in taking part in this project. Okay. How many like people are creating job opportunities towards like this initiative. Okay. And it's also like a noble call, in a sense, because we are being part of the solution. Yeah, because we must be proactive. The challenges will always be there. We cannot be naive of the challenges. Let's say in terms of also team formation, communication, consensus building. There will be challenges. We can't be naive about the challenges. But we are working day in, day out. You see, to make sure like all blind spots are lit. Yeah. You see, now, and just to highlight what my colleague had mentioned about the child online safety. Yeah. Why it's important for us also to engage on that level, because AI is also developing. Okay. So we have the AI policy strategy in Kenya. There are a few, I think a month ago, most big countries met in Paris. It was a meeting that was spearheaded by the President of India, Macron. So, and the conversation there, it was amazing. Now, ukisikia pali the world inaenda, bro, we have to adopt AI in even our governance. In every public sector and all these things. So there has to be an understanding what AI is. Now, why we are taking like a front runner's seat in this conversation here, because AI also works also with localized data, so that you can get customized solutions for your localized data. So in a sense, we are making that work easier also for the government to roll out their projects, because they can have that insight when it comes to the infrastructure mapping, because they also have a strategy on how to address this thing.
I would love to ask Kevin, but before I ask Kevin, I want to ask you, maybe somebody is watching now, maybe somebody is watching live and they're wondering, how can I take part? How can I chip in? Because we understand the event. Maybe you can come back. Let's talk about Hackathon and exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody is wondering how can they chip in? But before, I wanted to ask him that during this time, will there be like a membership? Somebody will have registered to attend, and during this event, maybe are there things like workshops during the event? And so before you respond, maybe you can give him to respond on this.
Okay.
During this time, are there things like membership, or maybe if you're not invited, and how can you become a member?
Yes, we'll be doing this through. You will have to have engaged before
the event day.
Yes. So there are various ways to engage. We'll engage with the science clubs in schools. We'll also be engaging with the public directly through students and through their parents. So we are also inviting donations. So if you're donating to the cause, you will also get a free pass to the event and also other events, and you'll also be getting heads up to all the events that will be upcoming, all the trainings, all the hackathons that will be the boot camps that will be upcoming. And we are also going to this is just we'll also be integrating, we'll also be pairing the kids with experienced and people who are knowledgeable in the various segments or industries that they will choose, because there are very many industries around tech.
What kind of donations are you expecting that day, or maybe what kind of donations?
Okay,
let me just take the opportunity to answer that.
Yes. Okay,
Because
Kevin.
Because one other fundamental factor that we're doing while we're raising this event is also like raising awareness on e-waste.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll let Kevin just highlight on that, and then maybe I'll just come up just to describe a bit how the hackathon is going to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you again.
Turn the microphone like the other side.
So-
Okay, it's okay.
Oh,
It's okay now, yeah.
sorry, thank you again. First, you asked me how can someone chip in.
Yeah.
Okay, so for anyone who wants to chip in to support the initiative, we would, you can reach us through our company email, which is info@lolweai.co.ke, and write us just an email and notify us of your contributions. Then alternatively, you can also use us, you can also reach us through our social media pages, Lolwe AI Lolwe AI and Robotics Studio.
Okay.
And also you can also reach me through my personal number, which I'll give later by the end of the podcast. Yeah. And question number 2, the budget.
The budget, yeah.
You asked me the budget. So, actually, our budget for the event is 4.75 million.
4.75 million.
Yeah. That is the budget for the event. That includes transport, hackathon logistics, remuneration, and rewards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are prizes to be given to the participants.
Yeah, there are prizes to be given to the participants. So, actually, our plan is to we are planning on a reward of 50,000 Kenyan shillings to the winner, 30,000 Kenyan shillings to the first runners-up, and the second 20,000 Kenyan shillings, and for the second runners-up. Now, this is the interesting part. Okay, I told you, we help the community.
Yes.
Actually. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And as we know, because personally I'm more of I'm an analog person than a digital person.
Okay.
So let me just say, I don't like involving children with cash.
Cash.
Yeah. Okay. So what we do is we'll give these rewards in the form of checks to the school and follow up with the school to ensure that each and if the winner was a group of, for example, 5 children, and the prize money is 50,000, we will ensure that 10,000 goes to each person's school fee.
Okay.
For either the term or whichever. Yeah, but it goes directly to the school fees. Okay. And we liaise, we follow up with the school bazaar to ensure that actually it reflects in their fee.
So you're saying that you don't want to involve kids directly with money.
Yeah.
You price them in terms of checks.
Yeah.
Which this one goes direct to their school.
To the school
to
account.
Administration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have paid the fee.
Yeah, because you realize that some of these kids, some of these children, okay, as parents, we tend to face numerous challenges. Yeah. Because right now we can't say that each and every parent out there has finished paying school fees for their children, right?
Wow.
But if we can do this, we know that as a parent knows that he has a little bit of the fees has been settled. Now any money that he planned to settle, that any money alipanga kutumia kulipa fee, you can use it on another thing.
So you're making it easier for a parent to pay school fees in an easier way.
Actually, we're making it easier. And also, just to mention, the hackathon event that is upcoming is not just one. Yeah, it will be something that will be happening continuously.
Okay.
Yeah, and we want to do this so that we ensure that each and every student feels at home. And also, I forgot to mention, there's participation tokens.
Okay.
Yeah, participation tokens are there. And those participation tokens will be in form of laptop, tablets, yeah, maybe a phone, yeah, but that will be communicated. But it is a gadget, a tablet, phone, or a laptop. That is sure. Yeah, for participation. Okay. So we encourage students to register by sending. We encourage schools to register, and those who are interested by sending their emails to our company email, which I'll mention again: info@lolwe.ai.co.ke. Yeah. So I believe that's all. I have answered your question.
You've answered my question.
Yeah, unless there's another one you'd like to push.
Maybe I'll come back to you.
Oh, thank you.
Is there anything you'd love to add on top of that, Mr. Brian? Is there anything you said you wanted to add something on top of?
I mentioned about the e-waste sustainability solutions. Sure. So that is part of the competitions on the Hackathon Championship. That will be part of the categories that will be competing. Okay. Yeah. So these schools, they should participate also in electronic waste collection. Okay. Yeah. So more will be communicated because we are just getting partners on board.
Yeah.
Some things are still on the board. We can't just disclose yet, because we are waiting for that, at least that process. Okay. So at least once it's done, they're guaranteed, okay, we'll be having collection centers at what point, because these partners are the ones who are going to facilitate us. Okay. But now we are just challenging other schools, both private and public, because this is a national community-driven project. So it has to be inclusive. Yeah. Now, within our team, I believe we are well equipped in terms of human resource and also technical capability. We might be challenged with the financial, but we already we've already solved so many problems through crowdsourcing. So I believe we can solve this thing together. So maybe just to highlight some of the challenges that will be there, other than just the e-waste and challenges that will be going on. There will be also the robotics and design, robotics design and engineering. So guys will be using those recycled materials to create those challenges. They will be given challenges with then the resources, maybe materials in India, and then they come up with the solutions. Yeah. So like we said, we're targeting learners because we want to transform our learning institutions to be innovation centers, so that at least our learners, the education that they come up with, they know it's meant to solve problems. So the other challenge that will be there is also like assistive technologies. Like we need guys to come up and exhibit what they can generate in terms of assistive technologies. What solutions that can they come up with to solve challenges for people with disabilities? So this is not just an invitation just for learners or educators. It's also an invitation for also innovators. Like the other innovation hubs out there, they have come up with creative ways on how to solve challenges for people with disabilities. It's also an exhibition platform. Yeah. And also for like AI creativity challenges. Like, you know, AI can solve so many things. I can come up with a music tomorrow and I'm performing it on stage. I can come up with a poem, you know, and I'm performing it. Maybe I can write a book and all these things. So it also be a challenge for guys to exhibit these things. And it's not just an exhibition fair. It's not also just like a contest just to see who's best and give them a token. No, it's a platform to cultivate innovation. It's also a platform for the community to participate in an initiative that can transform lives, that can open up jobs also for the youth. And it's besides that, it's also an invitation for us to have these conversations. What kind of policies do we need around our education system? What kind of public infrastructure do we need? For example, one of the most pressing challenges that I felt for that STEM club from Joyland is, you know, they go to participate in these national events, and when they go to these other public schools, the infrastructure in those schools is not conducive for them. Start even from the toilets. Go to the ramps. They can't get on stage and make a performance. There are no ramps even on stage. So this is a conversation that we are bringing even to Baraza Media Lab. You see, like you see even their podium. These are conversations that we need to engage them. Where is the ramp? Because there's somebody who moves with a wheelchair. So it's not just something that is isolated only for the school. It is a platform to bring all stakeholders within our community. Yes, sir.
Wow. So, Kevin, you want to add something?
Yeah. Also, regarding e-waste, something that maybe he may have forgotten to mention is that we are not just planning to do the hackathon and leave. Okay? We are going to capacity build Joyland. That is a promise we are making today, and it's going to happen. Yeah, we are going to capacity build Joyland to make sure Joyland can resource itself.
How many students, or rather, how many students are you targeting?
How many?
How many for the championship? How many students are you targeting?
Actually, we are targeting even. The number is limitless. You just come. You just come. Yeah.
So we need engagement.
You just
considering
come.
the capacity of school, how many schools now?
So considering the capacity of school, I think we'll do it within Kisumu region. Yeah, because the school is not that big enough to accommodate everyone. But in case the number will be overwhelming, we'll be compelled to ensure that we have the event in a place which will accommodate everyone. Yeah.
So
and we with the school support, we are very sure that is going to happen, and we can pull that through no matter the number. I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we are coming back for some party shots.
So e-waste, I wanted to add regarding what Brian said. We want to make Joyland an e-waste collection center, okay? And just maybe these after collection, they can sell these e-waste to the recyclers for income. So it's just income generative.
Okay.
Yeah, income generative. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we have 3 days for this event. Maybe to remind us when exactly are the days, and why did we choose 3 days instead of 2 or 5?
Okay, okay. The reason why we chose 3 days, the first day is to just familiarize. Even the students, they can familiarize and network amongst themselves, because we are also promoting a peer-to-peer system of learning. And so we are also just the first day is for familiarizing. The second day, now they do their robotics, their software challenges, and the third day now we crown the winners. So yes, so that's how it's going to flow through the days, but there'll be mini events depending on age and also depending on your interest.
Okay.
And also,
Yes.
it is a legal requirement.
Okay.
That a hackathon.
How are you going to run this? Are you having some judges in place to,
Yeah.
or other?
Yeah, actually, we will bring in judges because we also have judges within us.
Okay.
We have innovators. We'll also bring judges from maybe the KSF.
Okay.
You never know. You never know. We still have 7 weeks.
For performances, the kids are the only one who will be performing, or maybe you'll invite some other singers and performers from outside.
Okay. For performances, we'll just be taking performances from. We'll be taking participations from the
children,
public.
or from the public.
From the public, so you don't have to be a student.
There was somebody would be watching problem and they're wondering, how can I assist? Maybe they're musician or actors would love to come and.
Yes. We also need entertainment during the event. So that's the kind of engagement that we want, and we are hoping to get. So if you feel like you align, and you feel like you'd add. You'd be an addition, or you have something that would be an addition to the event or to the whole project, to the whole project supercharge. You with the handles that Opudo has provided. That's the easiest way to reach us, or even the number that is provided. So. Participations, we invite participations from anyone, and I'd like to pose a challenge. If you feel like you have an interesting project that you're working on, I'd like to pose a challenge that you send a video, like a 5-minute video of your project, and if you're interested in joining our programs, we'll pull you in.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe Kevin, or maybe we're just about to bring it to a close. Yes, you're winding up.
Let me just put on something across that maybe many people would ask. So I know that some people want to register for this event, right? So I need to be clear that the tickets are 2,000. And also this is the catch for our partners. Anybody who sponsors us, you will get a free ticket. Yeah, we worth 2,000 bob, and also you will be getting a 40% discount of all our robotics bootcamp.
Wow,
that is the catch.
That is the catch
for our partners too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You're winding up.
Okay, so as my parting shots will be like for our partners, we seek to invite innovation hubs. We seek to invite innovation hubs at least to sponsor to adapt, okay, and co-manage local innovation hubs for at least 1 year after that event. Reason being is because we say we want to make these learning centers incubation centers. So we want innovation hub that we want also to adapt these learning institutions. We need also incubation support for that will provide seed funding for these ideas that we are seeing they have been invited to showcase. Workspace also, and mentorship to outstanding teams that will stand out. Those teams that will stand out. And also we need policy engagement so that at least we can have annual reporting on the progress in the public infrastructure update. And also lastly, for sustainability commitment, we are calling for also our partners to adopt Joyland as our first e-waste, as our first recycling. And we adopt Joyland as our first e-waste hub, collecting hub, yes, and innovation hub as well.
We'll continue with this conversation probably tomorrow and any other day. And maybe you're watching this video live and you're wondering how can you catch up with the team. This is Lolwe AI and Robotic Studio, right? Yeah. Sasawa. And maybe somebody wants to follow us.
Okay, you can follow us on all social media platforms at Lolwe AI and Robotic Studio. Also, you can contact us for email info at lolweai@co.ke or through our numbers which we will post later.
And a special note to our partners, someone who can play partners.
I'd like also to I'd like also to extend like
I'll come like this.
okay. I'd like to say special.
Yes, our direct. Okay.
I'd like to say special thanks for our host, Baraza Media Labs, my cap, you are our interviewer, and besides that, the Kisumu community for the love that they've shown today. I'm sure most of them, when they check online, they'll receive a report for their support. And every well wishes, our families, they're wishing as well wherever they are. And also, much thanks also to my team. I know we are a big team. Yeah. Our head of robotics is waiting for us in another meeting. And we like I said, this is a national community intervention. Okay. Yeah.
Give him, and then Kevin, very fast because you are late.
Okay, yeah. So my parting shot is see where you can fit in and join the conversation, and just by being in the conversation will put you in the loop, and we'll always update you, and we'll always give feedback and news. So just stay the conversation, and so
thank you.
My parting shot is wewe mpatie opportunity na yako hiyo kidogo utafanya nao nini? Wewe kama kijana, wacha kukaa nyumbani ukingoja mtu akufanyie change. Toka huko nje, ongelea change yako na upatie government policy yenye ungetaka implement, and then from there we can start having the conversation. Let's make that change fast.
We've come to the end of the show, guys. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for coming. We hope to continue this conversation some other day. And to our viewers, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the what? Thank you so much for
tuning in.
My name is Jeff. Thank you. Hey, yeah.
First one, we change show.